Hello, my name is Chloe. I'm a Squarespace designer and educator, and in today's video I'm going to give you a complete overview of Squarespace 7.1 so that by the end of it you're fully equipped to start building out a beautiful Squarespace website quickly and with ease. To begin, head on over to squarespace.com and select Get Started. You will then be prompted to select a starting template and sign up for your 14-day free trial. Now, unlike previous versions of Squarespace where certain templates had certain features, all Squarespace 7.1 templates have the exact same features. So here you're just picking a template that best matches your brand or the vision you have for your website. But know that you can build it from the ground up if you wish to. So if you want to preview a site, just hover over it and select preview. This will allow you to play around with the site and look at all the various different pages before committing to it. You can view it on desktop, tablet or mobile. All Squarespace 7.1 websites, all Squarespace websites are mobile responsive. So once you find a design that you like, hit start with this design. Once you're in the back end of your site, you can go ahead and give your site a name. Select continue, and we're just going to skip these steps because I'm going to show you. And welcome to your new website. Now you'll see that your website appears on the right and your navigation appears on the left. You also have this white bar at the top that allows you to edit any page, expand it out for full view, or click to view on a mobile preview. If we select the Pages tab to begin with, you'll see that you've got your main navigation and your not linked section. So your main navigation are all the pages that appear in your header up here. And your not linked section are all the other links on your site that are still live and can be linked to, but they just don't appear in this header. Now you'll notice one thing on this header is you've got this Get Started button even though that appears in the not linked section. That's because it is a header button. So if we select Edit, and then we select Edit Site Header, this is where you can adjust your header and how it looks. If we select on Elements, you'll see that I've got the button toggle as on. If I turn that off, I can turn it off and on again. So that's why that appears in the header despite it being in the not linked section. Now, if you want to go ahead and just customize any of this demo content, you can just select the page and you would just select Edit. And you would just literally click on the section you want to change. So here we've got text, you're just going to double click and change this out. And you can see that you can adjust it accordingly. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that the text is aligned to the left. We've got this space over here, and that's just based on your section settings. So you'll see that it's a section because we've got this blue line on top and this blue line on the bottom saying add a section, which means this section in the middle is all one. So to change your section settings, you can just select this pencil icon. And here you will be given a number of options. So we can change the height, the width, and then the content alignment. Remember it was over to the left. If we change that, we can put it over to the right, or we can center it. The other thing you can do is change up the background. You can upload a video that if it's under a minute. You can do some cool art stuff. Squarespace recently added. Or you can change up the image. Now for any image on your site, you can just hit bin to delete it, edit if you want to crop it, or replace it. And you can replace it by uploading your own image. You can select from your library if you've previously uploaded the image, or you can browse stock images. And what's really cool is if you've got this free images tab selected and it's powered by Unsplash, so that direct integration allows you to search for Unsplash images here and add them to your site. So say I wanted to add this one, I would just click on it and select Add Image. And now I have that background image as my site. Pretty cool, right? Now if we scroll down, we can just go through all of this and change out the images again. So click the pencil icon to edit, and again we could replace this image. I could double click here, if I move this over, and change out the text. And I could change out the button if I wanted as well. So you can do this for the demo content, go through and change it. When you see something that you don't like, either a content block like this, you can just hit the bin. Or if you don't like the entire section, you can also hit the bin. On the other hand, if you really like it and you want to duplicate it, you can select this duplication and it will add a second section exactly the same below. Now to add a new section, you just hover over this blue line where it says add section and you click, and you'll see that there's all these pre-made sections Squarespace have created for you. So if you see something here that you like, there's all kinds of different sections available. You can just click on it and get started with one of those. And again, it would just be a case of clicking and changing out the image and then changing out the text. Now, if you want to start with a blank section and build it out from scratch, you can do that too. So if we add section again and we select add a blank, it's just going to build out a blank page. And this way you can hover over this blue line, click the blue plus icon, and this is going to allow you to add a content block. And there's various different content blocks available. Now when you're using this method, I recommend starting with spacers so that you can create columns. And this just makes the page a little bit easier to work with. So I've got two spacers, one spacer, let's add another one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this spacer to the side. So now I have two columns, and I'm going to drag this text down under here. Add my text here, turn it into heading 1. And I'm going to hover over this blue line to add another content block, and this time I am going to add a video. And here I would just put in my video URL. It accepts YouTube or Vimeo. I have another video showing you how to embed videos from third-party sites, so make sure to view that if you're interested in it. So that's how you do that. And again, I could come over here and change my section settings if I want to. When I'm happy with how it looks, I just hit done and save. So you can go ahead and do this for all of the demo content, or you can add a completely new page. So you can do that in the not linked section by clicking this plus icon, or in the main navigation by clicking that plus icon. So if I click plus here, you'll see there's all kinds of different layouts. If you see here, you've got a blank page. So that's if you want to build out an entire page from scratch, you can do that. Or you can start with page layouts. So very similar to the sections, where the sections are pre-made, you also have complete pages that are pre-made. So if you scroll through this and you see one that you like, you can just add it in, and again, you can customize it accordingly. The other things you can do is you can add scheduling. So this is an add-on feature, so it is an additional charge, but if you are selling your time, you can build in the scheduling tool right into your website to make it easy. You can add your blog, you can add a store, you can add a portfolio, and you can add an events page. Now this folder section is if you want to create a drop-down menu. So if I select this folder and I put services, just as an example, and I pulled it up to this main navigation, and let me just drag these two pages in to show you how this works. If I go up to my main navigation now, you'll see under services I have this drop down. So that's what folders are for. And to drag it out, I'm just going to pull this out again and delete. Now let's talk about styling your website. To adjust the site styles, you're going to come back out, select design, and select site styles. Now here you can select the fonts, and again, to make everything easy, Squarespace have pre-created font packs for you, so you can go through and you can select a font pack that you like, and if you want to customize it, you just select any of these settings and you customize it. So say I wanted to change the header, I could browse all fonts and I could choose a different header in here. Now if I go to colors, you'll also see that you've got a color palette, and so to edit that color palette you just click and you can add your own colors in here. You can just paste in the hex code. If you don't know how to find the hex codes that you want, you can use this eyedropper color tool, click on the page for the image, the color you would like, and it's going to give you the hex code, and then you can just copy and paste that in here. So that's great if you are using your own branding. They do have some presets here, so we can go ahead and select some of those presets if we want a pre-created palette. And you can also select from an image. Now, when you create your color palette, Squarespace is going to break it down into different themes. So these are different themes with different settings so that you can really make your site stand out. It looks a little bit different. It's not all the same, but it's still cohesive. And so if we scroll down, you'll see that these different themes have been applied here. So this is dark one, lightest one, and we can change that, the settings of that, by selecting this pencil icon. So if we come here to dark one and we select this pencil icon, I then have a lot more options for how I want the section background to look. Maybe I don't want it to be this gray, maybe I want it to be like this purple, and it will adjust it accordingly. Maybe I want to change the overlay, the text colors, the links. You have complete customization. And then to change the actual section, so say I don't want this to be dark one, I can come over here to colors and I can change it to a different theme, and that will change how it looks. So once you've done that, you select done and save. Now let's say you want to add a store to your website. Let's cover that really quickly. So we've got a store here, and you just select the store page, and you would add your products in. So you can choose if you want to sell physical, digital, service, or offer a gift card. You can also import from Etsy. Say we want to sell a digital product. It's going to guide you through that. So you just add the details, your images, the file if it's a digital file, and you go through all of these different steps, and then when you're done, you can add a custom button or form. You hit save and publish, or you can schedule it for release at a certain date. So that's just a really quick overview of the commerce section. But if you come into the commerce tab, you'll see here you have a lot more control. So here you can adjust your different settings. You can adjust your customer notifications. You can set up your payment through Stripe or PayPal, customize your checkouts. If we go into marketing, you can set up your email campaigns through Squarespace as well. This is an additional charge, but having it integrated into your site can be really helpful, and it allows you to just have everything in one place. You can add a promotional pop-up if you wish, and you can also add an announcement bar. I'm not going to go into any of these features too much because I have videos on all of them, so I'll just link them below. And then once you're ready to launch your site, you're going to come to settings, and we're going to go to either billing, or you're going to come down here where it says your trial ends soon, and you select subscribe. Here you've got different options. Now if you have a store, you're going to be looking at the commerce plan. For most business owners, we are going to be interested in this business plan, and the reason I recommend this one is because you have access to all content blocks, most of them the premium ones that you will need, and you also get a free custom domain, and you get a free year of Google email. So that can be really helpful if you're paying on the annual plan. You also get a pretty hefty discount if you pay on the annual plan. So if you're in a position to do so, I highly recommend it. So you're going to head and select that, follow through to checkout. And then once you've done that, we're going to come back to settings and select domain. And you can either use a domain that you own or get a domain. So if you select get a domain, you literally just type the domain in, and if it's available, you would go through to checkout. If you're using a domain you own, you just type the domain in, select next, then connect domain. You would then select your provider, select connect domain, and depending on who your provider is, it's often as simple as logging in. It will prompt you to log into that provider and it will instantly connect for you, but that will vary depending on who your provider is. And then the last thing you need to do once that is done is go up to site availability. And once you have paid for a hosting plan, you just select public and upgrade to publish. And there you have it, a brand new website. Now it can seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but the trick is to just spend some time with it and play around with the different features so that you can get comfortable using different pages and sections and content blocks. And once you get used to that, it becomes very intuitive and easy to put together. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I read every single one of them. And if you'd like to learn more about how to publish, teach, and sell online using Squarespace, please consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking the little bell icon so that you can be notified the next time I post a video.